Hello, hello, hello. I am late this morning. Wow, it's been a crazy night. We have had electrical outages going on here. All of the clocks are off and alarms are not working. And my stream that had been set up for today was completely missing. So I completely apologize for that. Hope that some of you will be able to see that we're going now and jump in, but I completely understand that, you know, unforeseen forces has kept us from getting started right away. So better late than never, right? So for those of you guys who are joining me in spite of the late hour, we had I don't know why, electrical issues yesterday and the Wi-Fi was knocked out, and so I lost all of my pre-scheduled stream, which is not good because there's a lot of little things that I do to get this ready so that we can get up and go in the mornings without too much trouble. Ooh, that's a look, isn't it? So let me just grab some coffee. Do you guys have your coffee? I'm just going to go with my cold brew so that we can get going very quickly. I am going to be in my supply closet again today, I think. You guys go where you need to go, but remember the rules. We are going to tackle the trash first, so pull out anything that's obvious trash. And then once you've got that in a bag, then you're going to move on to things that just don't belong in that space. And you're going to put that run that to where it goes. And then lastly, we're going to deal with all the rest of the stuff. Do you keep it? Do you not keep it? We're following kind of a combination of different styles. So I really find Dana K. White the most useful when it comes to decluttering because she really stresses the no mess method of actually taking things immediately and taking them directly to where they belong and putting them away. And if they don't fit, you got to find a place for them there, or you got to make the decision to get rid of something from that space. But it does take longer. There's always a pro and a con, so it takes longer. But by doing it this way, you're not doing that whole Marie Kondo spark and joy where everything goes onto the bed. And then after 30 minutes, and you're kind of mentally and physically exhausted, you can't lay down because now everything's on your bed. Your whole house is disrupted. So I choose to do it this way, but if you wanna do something a different way, you guys know I'm fine with that, I really am, but I do worry, you know, if we do things the hard way, we're gonna burn out, we're gonna just get overwhelmed and move on, and so I think that this is really, really important that we just kinda keep with, and the plan is, eh, through Friday, and I'm gonna join you on live. Now, clearly 9 a.m., maybe 9:15, 9:30, but we're gonna get going right now. I've got my coffee, I've got you guys, and we've got a closet that needs some work. So once again, I am here in the closet. I'm gonna turn on the extra light just to help us, and I need to put a bin down so that you guys can sit on it and see me because I'm working at the bottom right now because that's where things are the most disorganized. So that rug does not want to let me open the door very good, but I've got it open enough. I think that you guys can see. So what we are going to do is today, I am just going to continue to go through. I took care of this bin yesterday, which was full to the brim of body wash that nobody liked. So I have a huge, massive box that's going to donate. The problem is I don't have another box today because I haven't gone to town yet. So what I'm going to do is continue to pull things out. And I've got a little bag here. I'm just gonna load it in my bag. So I've got like a little grocery bag that's gonna be my donations today. I've got my trash bag. That's all we need. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull something out. You pull something out, and let's get to decluttering for, I'm going to say about 15 minutes. So let me set my little alarm on my watch. There we go. So let's get moving. Now, have you guys started to really get inspired by these declutters? Because I'm going to tell you, the comments that I have been getting have been really absolutely amazing. In fact, um, some of the comments have moved me to tears the last few days, and that is exactly why I do the things that I do. And it's so easy to get distracted by, you know, numbers and trying to keep up with the Joneses and, live according to somebody else's plan. And I've been preaching that we don't need to do that, but it's still so easy to fall into that rotation because, we do want, to be approved and accepted and all this kind of stuff. So I'm definitely guilty of the same issue. But when I read your comments and I see that even though only 50 people are watching, it's still helping. It's really helping. It's probably helping more than anything I've done in a long time because it's making you get up and get going. Someone yesterday, I'm so sorry, my mind has not woke up. I'm not a morning person, can you tell? But someone yesterday was saying, like, they really, really needed that push, and they had never watched the channel before. They found us, and, the push is exactly what they need to finish a task and to keep going, and it brings me so much happiness. It really does. Again, this is not a pretty video. This is not an instructional video. This is a body doubling type of clean with me situation. And I'm going through each of my bins one at a time. I've got a timer going for about 15 minutes. And I'm just making sure that throughout all of this that I am donating things that I know that we are not going to be using in the near future. I'm not holding on to things so much for a rainy day. Now, the exception to that is like this bin. So the bin that I'm working on, it's our oral care. And my husband, I think I've told you guys, my husband really does like to prep for, storms. We live in an area that we get a lot of really bad storms. We lose electricity for days sometimes. And so it's important for us to be able to not only provide for ourselves with the generator, but for neighbors and friends and family who may need to come and stay for a while. We had a snow situation 2 years ago where the neighbor across the street actually stayed here for more than a week because we were the only house in the block that still had electricity and it was winter. But we had the generator going and we ran the entire house, the heat, the refrigerator, everything with the generator. So, you know, with situations like that, I need extra mouthwash. I need extra toothpaste, deodorant, things like that. Or if there's a zombie apocalypse, I don't want to be stinky. Essence, right? But we have found that I can kind of stock up on things when I find a really good deal, keep a rolling inventory of it, and that way we're never without. And I like to come in here and just kind of take a look at what I've got too much of, make those hard decisions if maybe it's time to donate some of this to the homeless shelters and stuff, because these are, again, things that they really appreciate. And so I can see that when it comes to, like, the mouthwash and stuff, I've got a lot. I've got 4, 6, 7 mouthwashes in here. I don't go through it that often, so I'm definitely good for a while. I'm almost thinking I could donate a couple of them and be okay as well. I think I wanna do that. This is something that they would definitely use, so we're gonna donate a couple of mouthwashes. This is a toothpaste that I bought on a special. I got a couple of them. We do not care for it. It's not one that we like, so I'm definitely gonna donate that. We're not super picky on toothpaste, but I do want it to foam a little bit, and that one just to our, um, liking, it did not foam enough. So now I'm gonna put everything back in, but I do like to keep, like I said, I keep a stash of different kinds. Now, I'm not so picky that I need, it must be a winter, it must be this, it must be that. I definitely keep a selection. And we also travel a lot, so I do keep my travel toothpaste, um, just because we do a lot of road trips and stuff for the business. So as much as I was telling you yesterday, the homeless shelter really likes these travel ones. This is something we actually like, I'll use all 3 of these probably in the next month. So I don't get rid of those kinds of things, but definitely the body washes and things like that, I do get rid of because typically in hotels, they do not provide that for us, um, the toothpaste like they do the body wash. Alright, now I'll have a little bit of dental floss every time we go to the dentist, they give us some of that, and then a couple of backup toothbrushes in case anybody forgets or we need to replace, and, I know this is crazy, but I got a leaf blowing kit just you never know if we were, shut down, like COVID and filling came out. It's nice to be able to save yourself when the doctor's offices were closed to non-emergency people, and a filling is non-emergency. Alright, so that was actually a pretty easy one to tackle today, so that one is good. Alright, I'm gonna go through shampoo because, ugh, we have some extra time still. Alright, so with this, I know there's some things in here that we're gonna get rid of because, we're just in a different stage of life. I'm gonna keep some, but these are actually this is way too much, and no one's ever coming to get this because none of this in here are the products that we like. So keep enough to survive if we had to for, like, a couple of months, but I don't think that I need to keep enough to, shampoo the entire population. Um, so I had a root rescue, hello, ladies, but I don't really think that I'm gonna need that right now. Let's start with our least favorite. So nobody likes this brand. Um, my son has shaved his head, he's bald, and my daughter and I have long, thick hair, and we really don't like this. It feels terrible in our hair. We're gonna just pull that out in the same way with that one. These are some of that Sasquatch stuff from my son. I'm gonna leave it because, there are a few things that I think he would enjoy, occasionally. Mhm, and you see that? It's like, so that one's going in the trash. Alright, that still leaves us with some major shampoo products. These are not our favorites, but they do handle our hair a little bit better than some of these others. I coupon, so I get a lot of stuff, super inexpensive, and that way I can stock up. That is my key to having, a stockpile is to use coupons, stock up when they're on sale and with a coupon, and that way you are good to go. Wow, that's 2 bins. I got 2 bins done today in our amount of time, so that is really, really good. I did not have the box set, and I don't think I can pick up this bag because now it's really, really full, so I'm gonna have to go find something that I can put this in, or I may just have to, put it in a grocery bag or a trash bag and just do that. But that is how quick and easy decluttering needs to be, and this is part of your FlyLady journey if you're doing FlyLady. Um, I'm working on a video that's gonna go up. I've just gotta finish editing it. It's a longer form video that really deep dives into how the FlyLady says we should be decluttering because, we talk about FlyLady all the time, but we never talk about how she recommends decluttering, and it is a little different than Dana KY or Dawn the Number Mom. So I thought I would just do a deep dive on exactly how she is doing it and the way she incorporates it in her system so that we can get on the same page. And so when I was, filming and doing our research of that video, it reminded me about the 5-minute room rescue. I think what we're gonna add in today. So we've been talking about, like a cleaning reboot, and so far what I recommended is, on day 1, we shine our sink, and when I say shine the sink, it doesn't mean you take everything out and you bleach it. It's a 30, 40-minute process of scrubbing and everything. On your first day when it's, like, really bad, that is what you have to do, but after that first day really bad. After that first day, I just don't feel like I need to do that every day. Like, there's nothing that's deep down scrubbable worthy, if that makes sense. So, once I did that deep scrub of my sink, now shining my sink actually just looks like me loading the dishes in the dishwasher, rinsing it down with the water, hot water, so that anything that's kinda stuck gets loosened up, and then I use a little bar keeper's friend, sometimes I just use the dish soap that I already have on my scrub brush from me rinsing out my dishes. Somebody asked me the other day about rinsing the dishes and saving the water. Well, unfortunately, when we put our dishes into the dishwasher without pre-rinsing, it sprays up the stuff that sticks inside of our cups, and so I don't know if we just don't have the best dishwasher or if we're loading it incorrectly because I have put plates in all the different areas and it continues to do it. But just give it a real quick rinse on the plates, then that's usually enough that everything gets clean and no problem. So we do still rinse and make sure that there's nothing really stuck on the plates before I put them in. But I've got that scrub brush right there that's already got soap, so sometimes I'll just take that, go around the corners of the sink, knock it all down so it's nice and clean, and then once all the dishes are done, I can just rinse that. And then if you wanna go next level, take a dry cloth and dry it out so it's very shiny. If it's still not shiny enough for you, just a little dab of some olive oil on, like, a paper towel and wipe that. That really makes it glisten. So I do that if I've got company coming and I'm wanting to be extra bougie, but that's not part of my daily. Really and truly shining my sink, I have now morphed it into what I call closing down my kitchen, and that is just after dinner, after we've had family time, about an hour before bed, I go in there, I rinse my dishes, put them in the dishwasher, start the dishwasher to get going about an hour later, so while we're in bed, when it starts to run, I rinse out the sink, dry it really quickly, wipe with, you know, a wet rag, wipe my counters off, wipe my oven off, and that takes me from start to finish, the entire thing, about 20, 25 minutes. Depending on how messy, but I've learned to kinda clean as I go when I'm cooking, so I don't have 15 pots and pans sitting out, I don't have salt and pepper and olive oil and all that stuff, like, I put things away as I'm going. But that is the way I close my kitchen, and I do that every night so that when I get up like I did today, and you saw it, it was a crazy morning, even though it was a crazy morning, the house is not a disaster. The house has been good, and so that is part of my evening routine. In the mornings, we're getting dressed shoes just to keep motivated. Even if you don't wanna do the shoe part, get dressed, like, an outfit that's good enough that if you needed to get called into your kid's school, you don't feel like you're going in there with leisure wear that's embarrassing, you know? When you're older, you don't wanna wear the yoga pants around people and show your tail. When you're younger and you're perky, that's different, but for me, I don't want to go in public and really look like that with people that are not working out. So I prefer to have regular clothes on, but I have to be, comfortable. I have to be able to do my job and do my work and be able to head out in a moment's notice. So that is why I really think that getting dressed to choose motivates me to get more done. The last thing that we did the other day, we added the laundry and we added making our bed. Now, as of right this minute, my husband is taking a phone call in my bed because he works from home a lot, and so when I'm trying to do lives, I don't want him walking past. There's no telling what you're gonna see because he likes to walk around in his undies. So, I've just got a rule for this month that he's gonna work in there till I'm officially finished with you guys, and then he has free reign of that house. And like I said, he usually gets dressed and he goes to work, but sometimes he's working from home taking calls, and it's just better that way. So I will make my bed as soon as he's out of it, and then the laundry, I've got it going. So that's what we've been doing so far up to now. The new thing for today with decluttering in mind is what she calls a 5-minute room rescue. And basically, I put this in my evening routine, and during my evening routine, after I leave to close the kitchen situation, I walk into my living room. My husband's already started to head to the bedroom. I walk into my living room and I put the pillows back up on the couch. I fold my throw blanket so it looks nice, and I pick up any, salt, pepper, napkins, whatever that he left, on his side of the couch. I pick up my shoes if I left them there. Because once I'm ready to watch TV, I kick my shoes off. They lay right there until I'm ready for bed. It's fine. I don't think there's a problem with that as long as I deal with it. But when you start leaving shoes kicked everywhere and you start leaving little pieces of paper everywhere, then that room gets crazy very quickly. And that is our timer. It's been 15 minutes. So far, what we've got is we've really got um, 2 3 morning 3 morning activities and 2 night activities. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, stop. Don't worry about anything else being added. Don't worry about, trying to be perfect. If you're not ready to move on and add another activity, that's fine. Really focus on what you're doing well and add one thing when you feel comfortable. That's it. Laundry, I think, is probably one of the ones that's the hardest because you do have to touch it throughout the day. The way I handle it, morning, breakfast, before I do anything, as I'm walking to get my coffee, I grab the load from my bedroom, I put it straight into my wash and get started. Then I deal with my coffee and I put my dishes away. It's all kind of my morning taco, right? Uh, at lunch, whenever lunch is, whenever I feel like I'm ready to eat, I go and start to heat something up, and then I walk to flip my laundry, and it gets flipped. And then around dinner time, I go in there and I gather it all up, and then after dinner, while we're watching TV or before dinner when I'm waiting for, everybody to get home, it's like it depends on how my day's going. I do the folding, I put it away. And the way that I reward myself is I watch things or listen to things I want. So I hate folding laundry. You are not alone if you hate folding laundry. But if you do something that you enjoy while you're doing something that you hate, it really kind of takes that away. So I don't mind it so much because I know I'm going to put in my favorite podcast, or I'm going to listen to my favorite book, or I'm going to watch my favorite reality TV show. And that's like my secret little, like, way to go, Terri. This is your reward. I'm really ridiculous in that way. I have to. That's what I have to do. And so doing a room rescue, I call it 5 minutes. The reality is I've timed myself. It takes about two. So it's not even a full 5 minutes. I'm not deep cleaning the whole house. But if you got kids and you're picking up the toys off the floor and putting things back, it's gonna take you 5 minutes. But it's not about perfection. It's not about cleaning. It's just about tidying it back up so that tomorrow we're gonna start fresh. All right, let's see what everybody's saying today. Jessica, she finally made it. Jessica, you probably made it because I was late today, right? Like, it is so bad. My mom's in the chat. Hey, mom, love you. Let's see, Michelle. Hey, Toulouse. Hey, from Greece. I've not heard from you in a hot minute, but you were with us last year, right? Weren't you with us during the baby steps? I think. Let's see, Laura, you and I both were late. So we're all late to the party today, but this is not about perfection. We're just gonna be like, you know what? Doing the best that we can do. And Friday morning, if we're late, it's fine. It's fine because this is available on replay. So if you're ever too late to join us live, remember you can play it later. And when you play it later, you're still gonna be shadow cleaning with us. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Yes, so let me ask you a few things before we get off here. First of all, make sure that you hit like or love or whatever options you have because that helps the channel, of course. Um, it sounded like yesterday everybody said they really like these clean along with me things. If you didn't know, we've got a tracker. I think my iPad is in the bedroom, so I'm not gonna go grab it, but we've got a tracker. You just color in your little box for every bag or box that you put in the car. So it's just a fun way to, like, look back at the end of the month and go, "Look at all this stuff," because if you're like me, I'm taking stuff throughout this month. I don't want to wait till the car is, like, busted at the seams to drop it all off. So every single time I drive past Goodwill, I'm just gonna pull in and get rid of whatever's in my trunk. So it's a great way to look back because believe it or not, you don't see your own progress a lot around the house because things get dirty as fast as you can clean them. So having a tracker or something really helps with that motivation and that mind shift that you get a lot done in the day. Like, you work hard to do what you're doing, and it's not perfect because people live here. That's what it is. It's not perfect because of that. It's not because you're not doing enough. You work hard. So tracking your activities and tracking what you accomplish in a day, especially if you struggle with that mindset, will give you the confidence to know, "Look, I'm doing it. I'm doing 1% better every day to get even better at what I'm doing, but I'm already, like, I'm not gonna cuss, but I wanna say a bad A mom." You know? So You'll hear that I'm getting a little bit sinusy, a little bit nasally, but that is where the tracker is. It's over in the Facebook group, and it's completely free. I'm not asking you to sign up for anything. I feel like by now, if you know me and you enjoy what I'm doing and you wanna sign up for the newsletter and stuff, and I'm really bad about sending out newsletters, but I'm trying to do better with that. You can go to the website, do all that, but this is the Facebook group is strictly, like, our place to, like, chat off the record, and ask me anything, and I will always try to answer it. I'm pretty transparent. You probably ask my mom. I probably tell way more than I should about just about everything, and so, you know, that is just the way it is. But that's your assignment, that's your homework, so I want you tonight to go do a 5-minute review of your living room and just tidy it up. And what I call living room, other countries maybe don't call it that. It's the room that you and the family relax in at night. So, if you call it a parlor, if you call it a den, if you call it a family room, like wherever you're like congregated, watching TV, hanging out, playing games, whatever you're doing that night, tidy that room up. And don't make it a big thing. It does not, you're not dusting, you're not vacuuming, you're not, you know, doing a lot of stuff. Like it's literally getting the things off the floors, checking the tables for any papers and stuff that needs to be put away. I mean, it's that simple. You got pets, you got kids, things get pulled out easily and you got to tidy it back up so that the room looks not so much like a disaster, right? But that's your homework for today. If you're doing the tracker, day 5, I'm not even sure what day 5 is, guys. I'm not following the actual baby steps day by day by day. I'm trying to give you the things that I think would make the most impact so that if you're rebooting, it's just a reminder, these are the things that probably built in there for you. I've got the routines kind of in my brain. I do have them in my, digital planner. Y'all know I love my digital planner because I can copy and paste that every day. So I just have to set up my routine once, and then I can copy and paste it, and I can mark it off, and it gives me, like, the little gold stars at the end of the day that I did a job. Pretty well done. I never get everything finished, but that is okay because I usually add 2 or 3 extra things that are like, if I get, you know, spiffy and I wanna do extra, let's work on these things. Never get everything done, and I think that that's okay, because when I write it down, that's triggering my mind that there are other things I wanna get done. I don't wanna focus on whether or not the laundry's getting done. That is on repeat. I'm doing it's okay, and if I skip a day, it's still okay. That means I do 2 loads the next day. It's fine. I don't do laundry on the weekends. I don't worry about it when we're traveling. Like, I'm very fluid and flexible when it comes to my routines because I'll be honest. I'm gonna sneeze. I'll be honest, I don't like cleaning. My mama can tell you, I've never been a super tidy cleaning person. I'm not a hot mess, like, I don't have piles and piles and piles of junk in my house, but I've never been that Martha Stewart perfection style. Those of y'all that are too young don't know who Martha Stewart is. That's really Kardashian. Hyper, cleaning style. That is not who I am. I'm a little bit of a lived-in look. So when you come to my house, you're welcome to take your shoes off and enjoy watching a movie with your feet up on the cushion. That's fine. But when you get up, you need to take your shoes with you. Like I'm just that way. Anyways, mom, you got anything you want to add about how crazy I am? All right. Yes. So it looks like everybody is doing good. Make sure that you let everybody know that we will not be doing this on the weekend. This is only Monday through Friday. So our next cleaning and decluttering will be on Monday. And I promise that I don't like to be late, what was going on with our electricity. We were watching TV and all of a sudden everything went out. It flickered on and it went out and it went on and out. And then we ended up being no Wi-Fi, no electricity, no anything for a couple of hours to the point we were getting kinda cold here in the house and debating on whether or not we needed to start the generator, and then it kicked in, but, evidently through the night, it did it again, so all of my things that I needed to be able to go live this morning at 9 o'clock was erased, and so when I got on here, I couldn't start. I had to go through and set it up because it just doesn't work. Not the most techy, so having it already set up and me not being a morning person works out so much better, so as soon as I realized that things were bad, I just did it as quickly as I could. I know that a lot of you guys have been amazing and you saw me on and you jumped in, and I thank you for it. Me going live, it's not me, it's not about numbers because to be honest, the live streams get almost no attention from YouTube, but it is about us really doing what we need to do to get started in 2024, and if this is the format that gets us the most motivated, this is what we need to do. I don't know that I can do it live every single day for the rest of the year. That would be a lot, but I can definitely go live more. I can definitely do these unedited clean movies more. This was an experiment. We'll see how it goes. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. All right, that's enough rambling from me. One more coffee, and then we're gonna pray. And today, it's all about faith. There you go. Heavenly Father, I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. I'm thankful that you got us up, you got us here in spite of the obstacles, in spite of things that happen to try and stop us from reaching our blessing. We still made it. We still got here. We still got it done. I got 2 bins cleaned out. God, that is such a blessing. In a closet that's got 30 bins to get 2 done today. That's huge. In time, I'm gonna get them all taken care of. Thank you for these ladies. Thank you for the fact that we've developed real friendships, that we don't feel alone, that we know that we can show up for each other, that we can be the encouragement that we need. They don't understand what an encouragement it is for me to see them, to talk to them, to remember that they did my baby steps, that they're in my Facebook group, that we chatted yesterday in a comment. They don't know that they are my friends, and I praise you for that because moving to a new town and not knowing anybody can be very isolating, and so it's such a blessing to know that I've got these kinds of connections, real mamas from across the world, and we are all just doing our best. We're showing up, and we're trying to live and do for our families and for ourselves, and Father, I thank you. Father, I thank you for the fact that, you've created YouTube. You allowed this to happen so that we could connect, and I praise you for that. You knew that we were gonna hit storms and seasons in our lives where we're locked or where we can't get out because of illnesses, or we just don't have it in us to be part of a larger community outside of the home. So you gave us the tools and the resources that we can and I thank you for it. Father, as we go into our day and into our weekend, I pray that you would just give us strength, give us peace, give us happiness, give us laughter, and fill up our love tank so that we can get back to, all the things that we need to do for next week. Father God, I pray for good rest. I pray for, you know, good food to fill our bellies. Pray for family and friends to surround us and love us, even if it's not direct, even if it's through YouTube, even if it's, phone calls and text messages. However we need it, I pray that every person has connection to that in someone. And if they don't have someone, they can send me a message. I'm here. Father God, as we go out, I just pray a special blessing on them. I thank you, and I hope that this always brings honor and glory to you. Amen. Guys, I think I'm coming down with something because my eyes are puffy and I'm like on the verge of tears over absolutely nothing. So that's usually a sign that I'm getting sick. So I'm gonna take some vitamin C. I might switch to some hot tea instead of drinking my cold coffee, but anyway, I will see y'all Monday at 9 o'clock, and I will be in the chat, of course, for a little bit afterwards, getting this to go up on the replay, and, y'all have a blessed week. Bye. Oh my goodness.